Welcome to another Friends Like Us preview and a review. I am Marina Franklin, and this is
Evelyn Frick.
yes, Evelyn Frick, and then pretty soon our wacky friend Dave Juskow will join us. So,
Well,
hi, you know what? Can I tell you, Evelyn?
yeah.
Before I started today, my neighbor is
Mhm.
blasting Stevie Nicks "Stand Back" and on
Oh.
repeat.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
going through something.
Yeah, I was thinking that at first I was like, "Oh, I love this song." And then I was like, "Okay, now you're going through something. Like something's
Yeah.
going on with you." Like,
Yeah. An
okay,
emotional journey
I
is
love that
happening.
song, but 3 times is a
Mm,
lot.
that is a lot. Wow.
Mm. How's your new year going so far? Is it going okay?
Yeah, it's going well, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, nothing. I've mostly just been kind of locked down a little bit. Nothing big to report, but I started journaling this year, so
Oh,
that's felt
nice.
like very centering. It's something that like my grandmother was always like, you should like journal, like it'll be good for you. Now that like I'm 24, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should. Like that's something that's like, I don't know, probably fun to look back on. So I've thus far started journaling and it's felt nice. And I think it's a 5-year journal, so it has like pages to journal like every day for the next 5 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I've really committed to it. So
You're a
I'm
writer.
definitely
You should be journal. You know, like
yeah.
did you ever heard of maybe I need to take a course in speaking. Um of the morning pages.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Hmm.
Well, the morning pages, it's a part of this she wrote this book. I don't think I have it up here. But it's a great book. It's called The Artist Way.
Mm.
And every morning you're supposed to journal basically. It's called morning pages, which is like journaling. And you just
Yeah.
write like without stopping 3 pages straight. And that used to get my writing juices going. Like I used
Yeah.
to after cuz you have no idea like the amount of unconscious, subconscious things that are going on in there. Should get them out in writing in 3 pages and then you just can flow from there on. It's like amazing. You get all that out and then you can create.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I've mainly been like journaling like at the end of my day, but that sounds like a really, really nice way to start the day, especially like right before signing on to work. Yeah, I'll definitely start doing that. That sounds
Yeah,
nice.
3 pages, and, you can do it any way you want, but what really helps is to put the pen to the paper and don't stop.
Mm,
Like, you just keep writing, you don't lift the pen, you just keep writing. It's the flow of consciousness for 3
mm,
pages, and it just
that's
really
nice.
gets you going. My suggestion is maybe don't use a legal pad like I did, because it was like, "Oh, these are a lot." My hands used to
Yeah.
hurt. I was
Yeah,
like,
those are big.
"This is a lot. This is more than 3 pages here," you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's so funny.
So, I didn't go to the farmer's market this morning,
Oh, you
Evelyn.
didn't? Well, it's so cold today. I feel like not a lot of people probably went.
I haven't been in a while, though, and I feel
Mm.
like they miss me. I feel like my friend is like, "Where is she?"
Yeah.
You know? But, it was so cold. I thought about it, and then I was like, "No way." It's like
Mm.
23, feels like 13. I was like, "It's still not Chicago weather, by the way."
Yeah.
Like, the fact that I even thought about it, it makes it not Chicago weather.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Chicago weather is like, I could die in this weather. Like, I don't think so, you know?
Yeah,
So, but
truly.
it's cold. It's cold. So,
I
hi
know.
everybody. Hi Renardo Hunter. And let me just say really quick a hi to Alan Runo, who was the first person that was here. I didn't even know you could type in and say you're here already, but you're here. So,
Mhm.
thank you for not missing the show today. I should say
Mhm.
right up top, we always start a little early because we have to grab the Facebook Live. And that's why we start 15 minutes before 3. But officially, it starts at 3 when Juskow is here. That's when the party begins.
Yeah.
That's what he would like us to say anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, so we are here. And I should get this in. Well, no, I'll wait for him. I don't want him to say anything ignorant. But so what else have you been up to? So you're journaling.
Yeah, I'm journaling. This week for work, I was reporting on the Jon Stewart Harry Potter controversy.
What is that? Tell me.
Oh, yeah. So it's so interesting how things get picked up. So about a month ago, Jon Stewart did a podcast episode for his show and just kind of like at the very like last 5 minutes of the episode, very kind of randomly, the podcast conversation is him and like a few of his writers, and he just started talking about how in the first Harry Potter book, the it's his opinion that there are these goblins that run like the wizarding bank, and he was basically saying how it's an anti-Semitic trope, that because descriptions of anti-Semitic I don't know, descriptions of Jewish people often like hook nose, claws, like very interested in money, that sort of thing. Which like the discussion on the goblins from Harry Potter being anti-Semitic is not like a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
But recently someone shared like a clip of that on Twitter and ran like very weirdly, like it started getting picked up by all these news outlets reporting basically that he was saying that like J.K. Rowling, the author, is anti-Semitic. So then he like posted a clip from like an upcoming podcast episode where he's like, I never said that she was
Oh
anti-Semitic.
my God.
Um,
Journalism today.
I know. Yeah, and he's basically saying that like you guys are like misconstruing what I'm saying to make like articles that are very like clickbait-y. So yeah, I was writing about that for the Jewish news organization that I work for, because I agree. Like I think like the point that he was making initially, that like it's a trope that like J.K. Rowling probably didn't even really know that she was like using it, that it's just so baked into society. Like I agree with that, but then I also agree that there's certain like news publications, like he specifically called out Newsweek for like saying like their headline for the article was like Jon Stewart accuses J.K. Rowling of being an anti-Semite, something like that, where they're just really kind of twisting what people are saying
For
to
clickbait.
make news. Yeah.
And it's funny because I did see something on my Twitter feed, like, cause when I'm on Twitter, every now and then I see on the right something is trending. So I
Yeah.
saw it and something told me, I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
clicking that. I'm not clicking it.
Yeah.
Cause clickbait is real. You see something like all the time I see something, I'm like, who died? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like Pat Benatar was trending. I was like, is she alive? Is she
Oh my
still alive?
God.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
what's it? And they were like, she's just fierce. And I was like, what?
Don't scare me like that.
Why is this? But it is. I will say this about JK.
Mhm.
She does have some problems though. And
Oh yeah.
when you think about, and I used to always think this when I watched Harry Potter, there is some segregation in it. And I'm sure they talk about this all the time. Like
Mhm.
I'm sure I'm not the first to notice that. Like, like I think that's part of the story, right? It's like
Yeah.
she's not the one girl, she's not a real she's a what blood or something like
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, this is interesting. I was like,
Mhm.
this is like a little bit of racism right here.
Yeah.
And then her issues with trans,
Yeah.
right? Didn't she say
Yeah,
something?
yeah, she's, pretty yeah,
She's
she's
a
pretty trans.
turf.
She's a turf. Yeah, it's really interesting. So it was this weird thing of, like, people don't need to be defending, like, J.K. Rowling. She's not, like, a good person in my mind, but also, like, that's not what Jon Stewart was saying.
Right.
And it definitely seemed like like news outlets were like trying to start something where then like I don't know, J.K. Rowling would have some sort of response or whatever, and it was a lot.
They were trying to get her going and get us going and get the world going, and we ain't got time for it.
No,
We've got other
we do
things
not.
on the agenda. Like,
Yeah, true.
she's like not the most important thing. We can't worry about people and their feelings. We got to worry about facts. We
Yeah,
got to worry
true.
about the insurrection, the anniversary of that
Yeah.
bullshit, and how there were only 2 Republicans that showed up, right?
Yeah,
2?
I think yeah, it was like yeah, like Liz Cheney and then like I can't remember the other person, but yeah.
And then Dick Cheney was there.
Yeah.
And then I was watching The View, and they were like, I don't want to give a pass to Dick Cheney, because they were like, he's done his fair share
Yeah.
of problems. He's problematic too, but at least he showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying that there's poor leadership on their side.
Yeah.
So, they're eating their own. I'm
Yeah.
stealing words from The View, by the way. I just want to say I'm giving them credit. Our
Yeah.
last YouTube video, I told you this. I had to take it down because I didn't realize my number was in it. So I took it down. And somebody did randomly call me. I was like, "Who is this?"
It's so weird.
They're like, "Yo, Marina."
Oh man.
They're like, "Yo, what up, Marina?" They're like, "I see you doing your thing, girl." I was like, "Who is this? I don't recognize this number." And I'm such a moron because that's why I put my glasses on. I feel bad because they're so reflective,
Mm.
but I
Yeah, it's
can't
hard.
see without these suckers. Probably, let's see here. Oh yes, okay. Probably J.K. Being a turf is what's bringing it up. Oh yes, we said that. I more blame the filmmakers than her about the goblin thing. Okay, yes. By the way, I went to I went to the eye doctor, right? Because I have onset glaucoma. I like to bring up my diseases and stuff because I'm an open book.
Yeah.
But he's my new doctor because I went through 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're all eye doctors are very shady people. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But one tried to sell me a book. The other one
Yeah,
was
I
like
remember that
wanted me to
guy.
go to his theater company. I was like, let's go. I just want to see.
Yeah.
I just want to I want to have vision. I don't want to go to your book club, okay?
Yeah.
But the new one is Todd Berry recommended me to him.
Oh, okay.
He just got back from South Africa, which was interesting. And then I told him, he was telling me how there's no Jewish people in South Africa anymore. Like he was talking about that. And I was like, and then I told him I was like, had a little bit of Ashkenazi. And he was like, do you know from where? And I said, actually, I do. Poland.
Wow.
And then he goes, I don't want to know anything from the 23. I don't want some kids coming searching for me. And I was like, all right, now we know something about your past.
Yeah.
If you have to worry about some kids coming searching for you, what you been up to, Doc?
Yeah. And why are you saying this on the first visit?
Yes. Oh, funny. Happy New Year to you, Stace. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And the stalkers are everywhere. Yes, they are, Ted Chambers. Also, the look for the goblins is not unique to HP movies. World of Warcraft, all have that look. Yeah.
I think that's going to Jon Stewart's point that it's kind of so baked into society that people, but I think it's also specifically that these goblins were working in a bank.
Oh, yes.
Not great. But yeah, it's very complicated and very interesting to dissect.
It is complicated
because so many mythical creatures and folktale type things have racist and
they come from something.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all of Disney and what they used to do to the black characters. Big red lips. I mean, we could go in. I think everyone needs to take a class on just a class where we can remember when I was in school, we used to discuss where these things come from. That's what it was for. Characters don't just come out of nowhere. Cartoon characters come from some type of creative thing going on, so
yeah.
Hey, Tamara.
Hello, Tamara.
And now I think we're ready for our friend. Oh no, let's give him another minute. I think he's going to the bathroom. And before he comes on, let's just talk. He was on Jerry Springer did like he plays a judge.
Oh, yeah.
And Juskow was on it.
I saw a screenshot of the episode. I didn't watch it. But I saw Juskow being very expressive.
Yes, very expressive, very Juskow. The acting, there was no acting as far as I'm concerned. It was very authentically him. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that. It was on Channel 11 here in New York City. But we'll let him talk about it because I'm sure he will talk about it.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Well,
Hello.
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Good
Hey, boo
afternoon.
boo. Hey, boo boo.
Of course, you're missing. You're burying the lead that sports gambling began today in New
Oh,
York
I know
City at
you.
9 a.m.
I figured you. I thought about you right away when I saw that. I said, "Oh boy, he's in trouble."
I know. I made my first. The worst part, as you know, I mean, the worst part is I really never leave my house anymore, especially now. Right, we're back to hanging out, right? Because now it's like a game. I haven't caught COVID, so now I just really don't want to. Before I didn't care, but now it's like I want to be the only person to have not had it. Although I don't think the three of us have had it, right?
No,
Not
not
that
to
I
my
know
knowledge.
So
of, but
we're doing
testing
okay.
is very tricky.
But everyone we know, the three of us, we know somebody. Like most of the friends we know have it, right?
Have or had
I mean,
it,
it's
yeah.
insane. Yeah. So now it's like a game, like trying not to get it, like that's going out. But the only way I was getting out of the house was to go to New Jersey, take the bike to the ferry, and take the ferry to Hoboken and gamble. And now I can't even do that. So I was saying, oh, it's good when I gamble because I get exercise. But now I made my first bet from my house today. It's not going to end well.
Well, I guess
Oh, you're right. It's not going to be good for you.
Yeah.
It
But
is not.
it was really exciting. I woke up early and I'm like, I'm going to be here exactly 9 o'clock.
but like taking the biking to the ferry today would have been so cold.
I know, but I do it. That's how invested I am and have an addiction to gambling. I will
Oh, like me
bike.
in the farmer's market. I feel sad that I didn't go today.
It's so cold. Why would you go today? They're probably all
Because
snowed in
I
too.
usually they're farmers. They get out there,
They're
That's
hardy
true.
people.
I guess
and I
that's true.
usually go to support them, and I usually go to encourage them to do what they're
It
doing.
was a good day to stay. I'm freezing in my house right now, and I want to turn on the heat, but it always gets too hot then.
Mm.
I'm
It
freezing.
does. Thank you, Stace Williams, for listening to the episode with me and Tamara Payne on The Dead Are Arising, A Life of Malcolm X, written by Tamara Payne, who is in the chat room. Thank you, Tamara. Tamara missed, talking to you the last time, Juskow. You remember how you were trying
FanDuel, Ted. What'd you say, Marina?
to I was talking about Malcolm X, my
Yeah,
brother. That's
I've
what
heard
I
of
was
him.
saying.
Well, I was talking about Sidney Poitier.
Well, Sidney Poitier, oh my God. When he passed, you know what's sad to me? Not just that he passed, but that there was more pictures of Betty White than
Mm.
Well,
him. And
you know what
I
because
thought
you
to
know what the problem.
myself, he wasn't as present as her.
The problem is, and I was just talking about this today on my podcast because we are older certainly than Evelyn, and we didn't know who Sidney Poitier really was. I mean, we know his name, but he stopped making movies. In 1967, he made his three most famous films, and then he got a lot of flack from the black community
For
saying he
what?
wasn't doing enough as a black person, and he was like, this
Did he
stinks.
really? When did that
Yeah, so
happen?
that's the problem. He wasn't in enough movies for us growing up that we got to know him and appreciate him. And that, I think, is the issue. Besides
Oh,
directing Stir Crazy, we never would have even heard of him if he hadn't done such a successful film like that in 1980. And that was just only as a director. And then to come back out of retirement and for some reason do a film with Kirstie Alley, I mean, that doesn't
did he
bode
do
well.
it?
And the only thing
What
I knew him
movie?
from was the movie Sneakers with Robert Redford, which I've seen for some reason 50 times. So Betty White is present our entire lives all the way up until she was 100, and that's the difference. I
Wait a
don't think it has
minute.
anything to do with black or white.
Well, first of all, Kirstie Alley has she has just gone
She's
She's
a
down.
genuine
crazy.
idiot. Yeah.
She is like insane. Like sometimes you just they made a list of the people who are still like Trumpers. Like not even some Trumpers aren't even Trump, but Kirstie Alley is still one.
Yep.
And like on this, like she's like Dr. Oz
Well,
has
she's crazy.
lost his mind.
She's
What is wrong with Dr. Oz?
she's
He's
one of
like
those
crazy now.
Yeah.
Scientologists. So she's
Yeah.
incredibly
Oh,
insane.
she's a science.
Yeah.
There's a link between wanting to be a celebrity and insanity. So I forget that.
Yep.
What platform are you
Yeah, right,
on?
Ted? Sneakers was excellent. I don't know why. It was awesome.
Ted wants to know what
I
platform
told him
you
already,
use.
FanDuel.
Oh, you did. Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Why
I
would you?
I can't multitask.
I was doing it to the side.
He said Dr. Oz has been a right winger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
But Sneakers, have you ever seen that movie? It's really good with Robert
No.
Redford, River Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd, and the great Stephen Tobolowsky, who plays Ned Ryerson in Ghostbusters.
You really have the facts.
Ben
That's why you're
Kingsley.
so
You
great.
do, yeah.
I can't believe I still have that Christmas sock behind my head. You see that? I just realized.
There's a
And
Manola downstairs in our
nothing
building. and I
nothing
can't
but
figure out
white
why.
families behind. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
There's no plant to cover up
I
the
got-
plug.
I got cards. I don't know why these people. These are ugly people. I don't know why they send out Christmas cards. I
Those
don't
are
wanna-
the Gaffigans.
Oh, they're a very handsome family, but they are white.
Well, no, the other one is actually Mexican. I'm sorry, Pamela Villandecunda.
Look, who
She's
wants
been
to
on the
see these cards
podcast.
with their kids wearing masks and stuff? What is the point of? Those are the two Christmas cards I got. And you know what we do, or my sister
Let me
was
see
doing
that
in their
mask.
house.
Let me see that mask cardigan.
That is kind of weird.
Well, at least they're keeping it real.
It's
Yeah.
stupid to send out a Christmas card like that.
No.
But what my sister does is she puts all the pretty people on top, and the uglier you are, you go to the bottom with the Christmas cards. It's
My dad used to do
hilarious.
that with his office space.
Isn't it funny?
That
My
is very
dad, I'm
funny.
not even kidding. My dad had a big office in Chicago, and my friends came to visit me because I worked there, and they were like, Marina, your dad put like the worst looking person is all the way in the back. That is so wrong. And I
No,
was
it's
like,
not wrong. These people shouldn't be sending cards out. If your family's gross, don't send Christmas cards out. It's weird that they don't get it.
Are you gonna respond to them and let them know?
He's like my best friend. I feel horrible about it. His family is very unattractive.
my dad was a Mac. He was.
And they're all really nice people, but there's no need to send pictures of them,
My
have a
dad
little,
actually dated. I know we're talking about two different things, but my dad actually dated 2 or 3 of the people who worked for him. So yeah, the hottest person.
You
in
were
the
allowed to
front.
do that back then.
Yeah, my siblings are products of his office environment.
I slept with everybody in my office back when you could.
Oh my God! This is recording. This is the one
You
that's
were
going
allowed
to
to.
stay.
There wasn't a thing if you were mutually attracted to each other. I didn't force myself on anybody.
So let's talk about this Omicron.
I heard it's bad.
No, you know what? We may have had it, Juskow. We just haven't tested like we're supposed to.
Well, I haven't had any symptoms, but
But there are people who haven't had symptoms that are actually testing positive.
Why would I go to test for it if I don't have any symptoms? Why?
So that
Because,
you don't go around people.
But that's not. It's ridiculous because
like,
I mean,
yeah,
if
I
I had
know.
a home test, I guess I would take it. They're very expensive. If you want to wait on those lines,
They're $24, and some of them are free if you walk by a mobile platform.
Okay, but most of them aren't. And how do you know when to take it? You mean just before you go out, take it or something?
You take it when you're. You should take it like at least before you see people. Like
that's expensive, man. Those things are
It's not,
expensive
they're
and they're hard to
free.
find.
The
Where are
ones-
they free? I haven't heard that.
Right around the corner from me, they have several mobile units
And
set
do they
up
give
in
you a lot
Harlem.
of them?
They gave them to me.
I'm just saying, I thought it would be ruder to wait on the line when you don't have any symptoms, where all these people are trying to get checked out because they either have symptoms or they're going to see people, and those lines are just ridiculously long. Obviously, I didn't want to do it before Christmas because I wasn't going to see anybody.
Yeah, so there's no need, but you eventually should do a test to see if you ever had it. Like was it the antibody?
Well, I did that.
like
I did that
antigen
early
test.
on.
Antigen test.
But for what? Why at this point?
Because you want to know if you had it in your body, because you don't know. Well, we really don't know, and I know they're not.
But it
saying
doesn't seem to matter. People keep
if you
getting
could let
it
me
2 or 3
finish the
times.
sentence. Let me finish a
Sorry.
sentence. You've gotten so good, and now you're rolling it back, rolling it back for the new year. What I was gonna say, Juskow, is that we still don't know, and they're not saying this because they don't want to scare everybody. We don't know the long haul of even Omicron. We don't. We just don't. They don't.
The long haul in what sense of how long it will last,
The
or what it does to your
effects-
body after
What it does to your body.
years from now. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
Like a
scary
friend
part.
of mine just got over Omicron, but she's like already started having like, I think she thinks like they're like neurological symptoms that are probably related to having
I've heard
Omicron.
that.
Which like it's so I mean that's close enough into her like having recovered that she's like pretty sure it's related, but like it could be good to know just like
Right,
in the
somebody
future
that's
like if
vulnerable,
something like
that
that
makes sense.
happens.
Now, Alan, Omicron isn't that bad. Had it, was okay in like 3 days. And yes, I still haven't got my shot. Like any shots, you haven't got anything, but I'm like a month away from being called up for it. Oh, you're waiting till you actually have to, Alan? You better get it.
Did you see there was this news article that I saw? I think it's from the New York Times about this man in India who's gotten like 12 COVID shots.
12?
Yeah, he's like, it's curing all my ailments. And honestly, like at this point, it's like I just just let him do it. It's fine. Like,
yeah, whatever they. Well, the thing is like I know people who are on their 4th here in the United States
oh
who've
wow.
already
Fourth?
got. Yes, and you know them too, Juskow.
I do.
They happen to own a comedy club, but I can't say. Don't you dare say who it is. That. And they have 4th. And here's the thing. I know why. Because they're following Israel. Because, like, if you follow the John Hopkins reports, like I have, and I follow them, they show that the efficacy of the booster drops actually after 3 months.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And so they are already offering the boosters to the vulnerable population, like 60 and above, the 4th shot. But here's the thing. This is a little bit, all the researchers are saying they're jumping the gun on this. No, I shouldn't have used that phrase, but they're jumping ahead when they don't know too much, because there's like the immune system is waning from getting too many boosters. So they got to come up with something.
I saw that like Walter Reed, like scientists there are in, I think, like the final stages of like finishing a vaccine that protects against like all variants of COVID.
Really?
Yeah. So hopefully
that's here in the Walter Reed, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's other countries. Everyone is working. Yeah. That's one thing when we talk about this, it's so funny to realize that we know this, but a lot of people don't realize this is globally a problem. Like if you look at Australia's having a problem, even Israel is still, their numbers are jumping there.
Yeah.
That's why they started with the 4th, you know? Yeah. So it's like every place is trying to come up with a vaccine.
When you say 4th, that's why I get confused, because I had the Johnson & Johnson, so that's why.
Oh no, we don't need to talk to you.
That's why I'm getting confused.
We don't need to talk to your black ass. But the thing is, you just stay out of this conversation, Negro. But the thing is, you just Johnson & Johnson your way out. But the thing is yeah, it's like they need something that's more sustainable over time. Yeah. Because people, the immune system has to at some point start to work for itself. And so I don't know. It's crazy. Look, this is a hot topic. Everyone's going in on the side here. You know, sit back to Sidney Poitier. I love To Sir with Love. Boom.
That's actually one of his movies that I haven't seen yet, and
it's my karaoke song.
It's a good song. I know the song, but I don't know the.
But do you also love To Sir with Love 2?
What?
He made a sequel. It was a TV version.
Was it really?
He did some very strange stuff at the end when he came back. It was very strange, but I know somebody said I don't talk for black people. I get that. I'm only telling you that it's just I feel bad for him, because he was the, you know, if you read about it, he was like the only black actor, you know, like he totally broke the mold, and like, you know, he just had all this pressure on him, I guess, you know. And he just, you know, he stopped, and because she was saying Betty White was on TV, and that's the difference. But the difference is he didn't make any movies when we were kids. That's the difference. You know, he wasn't around. He was behind the camera.
Oh, I didn't hear any of that. Let's see.
That's okay. I just kept going.
I knew you were taking over. I just wanted to make sure I read this right.
Yeah. Right. And guess who's coming to dinner again?
Here,
that's good.
Here in Kenya, you register and wait to be called up for it. Oh, that's why you haven't gotten your shot, and you've been waiting for 5 months. Meanwhile, here in the United States, you have people with the luxury of not taking it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway. Guess who's coming to dinner again?
Oh, you want to hear something weird? To Sir with Love 2 was a television film, ironically, with Sidney Poitier reprising his role, directed by Peter Bogdanovich, who died the day before.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is weird.
What does they say? Wish we could get more vaccines to the rest of the world, especially
No,
the
no, now we're
global
talking
south.
about movies again. Let's go back.
I'm sorry. I just want to respond to our listeners,
I
which is the
understand.
main reason why we do this. It's not just for you, Juskow.
You That's all I heard.
But I know Stace, wish we could get more vaccines to the rest of the world, which is actually why Israel, they were kind of saying they did not want to do a fourth vaccine because they need to get these vaccines out to the rest of the world. So there's a when they start talking, shut your mouth. When they start talking about boosters, and when they start talking about why you shouldn't get a booster, remember this, because it's going to become an economic reason why. And this is the one reason why they'll say you probably shouldn't get a booster, is because the rest of the world has it. Just saying, read between the lines, listen carefully, people.
Yeah.
It's also that they throw them out. Yeah.
Go ahead, Evelyn.
To your point about like having the luxury of like not taking it, I also saw this article from the New York Times yesterday that was 2021. The U.S. had a record high number of people who died from rabies, which is only 5, but 4 of those people did not get a rabies vaccine, which is like, it's mind-boggling. Like you're seeing, it's not just like COVID vaccines. It's like going against
tetanus too.
Yeah, it's like, and people are dying of like rabies, which is truly mind-boggling.
Yeah, they're dying of old diseases that they just don't want to get vaccinated for. It's very odd thinking.
Like, tetanus, like, you used to be able to walk through, like, we're all walking barefoot in our apartments. So if you don't have a tetanus and you step on a rusty nail, you done.
Yeah.
You done.
It's just really something else.
I feel like, if I remember, Ralph Waldo Emerson died from a rusty razor blade.
Who?
Ralph Waldo Emerson. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
Really? Was it?
I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
I've heard that.
People like in the 1800s died of like really, crazy
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. All these diseases are coming back.
Yeah.
Because people aren't getting vaccinated, or they're, people are so crazy with the vaccinations. Like they, all of a sudden it started about 5 years ago, and the measles came back and polio came back, all the stuff they conconquered. Really
Let's talk about Florida.
I saw that. I can't believe
so
that.
I want to say this about Florida and the DeSantis dummy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, please don't, let me just get this out. I just saw a video of DeSantis speaking, right? And he's out of breath. Have any of you seen this?
No, I haven't. I think I saw like something like people talking about it, but I didn't see the video.
It is so off. Like he can't. He sounds like he's emotional, but it's not that. It's because he can't breathe. He can't get from one word to the next word.
Because he probably has COVID.
Yeah, and everyone's like, does he have COVID? Like, what's going on? And it's like, of course.
He would never admit it, right?
He would never admit it, but he's struggling. He can't get to the next word, and it's been going viral.
Oh my God.
I'll try to find it. I'll let Juskow talk while I try and find it.
Excellent. Now, what I was talking about, the movie Sneakers, is really interesting because I was just talking about how exciting Robert Redford is as an actor and not Brad Pitt. They're both equally hot. Brad Pitt is boring and dull, and Robert Redford could be the same, but he's not. He's cool and interesting. And I don't know why there's a difference, but there is. Thank you.
Keep talking.
Now,
the first time I tell you to talk and you're not talking.
Sidney Poitier is not that very good of an actor, but he was the only one they had. If you watch a lot of his movies, a lot of overacting, but we still like it anyway. And he was cool.
Who said that? Did you say that? Sidney
Poitier
was a great actor.
He's a great actor.
He was
You watch your mouth.
He's an overactor.
No, he was not.
See, you can't have that conversation. I mean, I can say that, but it's like it's not because I'm saying because he's black.
Well,
he's a bad
we're going to
actor.
take it that way.
Well,
you
that's
watch
not
your
fair.
mouth.
That's
sometimes you can silence people. Sometimes you just have to cut them off.
Sometimes censorship is okay.
Yes. Now, have you learned your lesson?
Yes. Sorry. Sidney Poitier is amazing.
How
what an
dope.
actor.
Oh, all right. Now I could go back to finding this moron. Let's see.
Redford wasn't an urban cowboy, was he? No. DJ Eric isn't that Travolta? I know what you're talking about, though. There's a different cowboy movie. It's not Urban Cowboy. It's with Jane Fonda, right?
Are you not talking? You're like pausing.
I'm talking
which
to
is crazy to me.
the chat room.
All right, here we go. I think I've got it now. I'm just always scared now to share things because
I don't think they could like censor this.
you know
Early.
what's funny is every time I look for his video, they have such a great the right know how to block things on a level that no one
Electric
else.
Horseman. That's
They're
it, yeah.
really good at keeping their lives going.
Electric Horseman was the one. Yeah, I just got canceled.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
canceled? What'd you do?
No, that's what they're saying in the chat room.
Yeah, you
canceled
can.
me.
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna cancel you again. You keep talking
Again,
shit.
Sidney Poitier is amazing in sneakers. Evelyn, you have to see that movie. It's really entertaining.
Okay.
And
There
really
are a
funny.
few others. I think ahead of Sidney Poitier movies ahead.
Oh yeah,
of that.
there's a lot of Sidney Poitier movies ahead. I'm just saying it's a fun movie. It's very
Okay.
entertaining, and River Phoenix is really good.
They have done an excellent job of blocking all the videos of him talking breathy.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was up, and now you can't even. I can't find it. If anyone can find a link and send it to me in the chat room, please do.
Or a link of
Because
me on Jerry Springer. That's fine. Send that in. Hello?
oh no, what that has been erased from history, like they're trying to erase January 6th from history. They don't want to see you in front of Jerry Springer. We don't want to know.
Noam was really happy yesterday. I plugged the cellar a lot, and he was really happy.
Why? Where did you plug it?
On the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, you plugged it on the Jerry? Oh, you did? I
Yeah.
didn't. I missed that part.
Sarah Silverman wrote me, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's like you produced the entire show. It was like unbelievable, like because it really had all my film clips and all the stuff I've ever done and all my friends. It really was like I produced the entire episode."
It's so funny what this quarantine will do to you.
David
like make
Strahan,
you
that's the guy I was thinking of. Right, Relin, is that how you pronounce her name?
Arlene.
Arlene.
Oh, Arlene, of course.
Hey, Arlene.
Yeah, he plays the blind guy. Isn't he terrific? David Strahan. Yeah, that guy. Right. He's in some of those Bourne movies. Yeah, he's really good.
Also, just casually like her being like my friend's brother, David Strahan.
Yeah, that's cool.
Famous
That's
actor.
Cool. Yeah, he's good. He's a good actor. He was nominated for something recently too.
Yeah.
No, it did not have squiggle vision, Juskow. That's old school Dr. Katz.
Someone find that video for me. I can't believe they're so good. They can't like agree on anything, but they can silence a video if it makes them look bad.
It's terrifying. As you're watching that January 6th stuff and seeing what might be at stake if Trump gets his way again. I mean, it's really terrifying. Really terrifying.
Yeah. No,
he's still powerful, and that's what's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's crazy is we thought it was a year ago. It feels like
just a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that Alon says try Reddit.
Oh yes, thank you. I think that's where I saw it.
That makes
Reddit
sense.
is such a weird thing. I know I'm late to the party, but Reddit is so good for this.
I had Scott Aukerman.
No, I don't.
Created Between Two Ferns, and I had him on my he's on my Billy Joel podcast this week, and he was just talking about, we asked him about working with Obama in Between Two Ferns. He went to the White House to film that episode and stuff, and they kept saying that Obama didn't want to do it. He wanted to promote his affordable health care act, and that's why they wanted him to come on the show. And he's like, "This is a good thing to plug." He goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to do it on that show. I'm going to do it on Reddit." And
really?
And they're all like, "What are you talking about?" Then his daughters told him, "Are you out of your goddamn mind? You got to go on Between Two Ferns." And then it happened. Isn't that cool?
That's so funny.
Yeah, I can't find it. Oh well, I give up. Anyway, so the latest on the Friends Like Us, just so you know why we always do this. We do this as a preview and a review of the Friends Like Us podcast. That's why we do it. And our numbers, by the way, are way up.
Did you see Venus Boys 3? He said he found it on the Newsweek site.
Can you send me a link? And
there's somebody just sent it. Video is here.
Video is here. Oh, Jill.
Jill!
What up, Jill? I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, did it not let you give me the link? Huh. It's not allowing links. I think I have I'm so nervous with stuff that I prevent everything.
Oh.
Yeah, shake a dang, which is, by the way, my corporation. Yes. But like I was saying about the podcast, sorry, I don't see the link. The link is not coming up. We do this every week to do a preview and a review, and the numbers are way up. And I think it's also because we had a young man, Troy LaRaviere, on the podcast who ran for mayor of Chicago, who was actually talking about this topic that is now current about Chicago schools being dirty. And if you notice, Chicago schools and the mayor of Chicago is in a lot of trouble right now because she's called out the teachers unions for not wanting to go to class because they don't want to get sick, right? And the schools in Chicago are dirty. And Troy, if you have not listened to that episode, please go back and listen to the episode with Troy LaRaviere. It's an excellent one. It'll give you some insight into the politics of Chicago and overall, what is the problem with our schools and children in schools and COVID right now, especially Omicron? Because I don't know, Evelyn, did you see that with the mayor? She was calling out the teachers union saying you're not supposed to you can't do this.
Yeah, it's crazy. I truly don't understand why people are so against at home schooling. It seems to be what's healthiest and what's best. And I've been seeing a lot of I've been seeing a lot of posts from teachers, specifically more so in New York City, talking about the conditions in schools. But it seems really bad right now. So it's really kind of crazy to me that
I found that Newsweek video if you want me to share my screen.
Oh, please. I would love for you to do that, Juskow. Thank you for being so handy.
Well, let's see if this is the right. It's the Newsweek one I was talking. Can you see it?
Have you shared it yet?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me see here. There we go. Did you share your audio?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Let me see. Can you?
No.
We don't hear nothing.
Oh, that's because I have this off.
Yeah, there we go.
Is this a commercial?
Oh, I don't know whether.
This is what happens, though. When you go to it, you got to scroll down. Scroll down.
Oh, you're right.
They're really trying to prevent you from seeing it.
I'll keep taking another look.
He's got a good team. Whoever is working for him, I need someone who can clean up my stuff like his. I was saying, Britney Spears' father, we could talk a lot of crap about him, but God, he was a great booker, a road booker. He had her. I need someone to get me on the road like that. No diss to my agent. He's a fine man. By the way, Britney Spears, they saying that she's been looking a little like she needs some help.
Oh, it's so obvious that there's not, her father, I don't know what he was doing, but it looked like he was doing the right thing. She's a little nutty. She might need help.
She's a little nutty, but I think she should be allowed to make her own financial and decisions. No.
Yeah, I agree, Jill. There are parents who can't afford to keep their kids home. I agree, but there's got to be some fine line between that and keeping the teachers safe.
Oh, here's Reddit.
So that's the problem, is the teachers are getting sick and some of the students are really sick too. So that's where I go. The kids have to be in school. But the problem is not the kids being in school. The problem is the cleanliness of these schools. So that's an administration issue. That's not on the kids. That's not on the teachers, but they've got to deal with this.
Yeah. It's I think just highlighting the fact that there's really no social safety net. Because my girlfriend's mom works in an elementary school in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the kids that she works in with younger kids, and a few of them recently came into school and tested positive on a rapid test and were showing symptoms, but it seems their parents sent them in because they had to go to work and they didn't have any other options.
I totally found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
Yeah, I found the whole press conference, so I don't know whether he did it throughout the whole thing.
He did it throughout the whole thing, and it got
so
worse. Yeah, it's
let me
perfect.
share it again.
You could always scroll through.
Share system audio.
Oh yeah, the kids are nasty. I mean, my niece sneezed in my face. I had to wear a mask just playing with her. You know, we should always wear masks around these little kids. By the way, I saw my niece eat popcorn, spit it out, and then eat it again.
Oh my god.
Okay, I have it up.
Okay, all right. You got the volume. This wasn't the one I saw.
Oh, it's not?
No, this isn't it. See, he's breathing fine here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We don't want to just look at this early.
Sorry, I thought I had it.
Oh wait, I think actually Stace Williams sent the link in an email.
Oh,
to
she
No
did?
Live Comedy. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thanks. Evelyn, you share it.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. It's on my phone. Let me see if I can get it up.
Oh, or let me see.
She said she emailed it to Marina Franklin.
Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, you're beautiful, Stacey. Beautiful. Look at you. Beautiful. You're so beautiful to me. Okay. Here we go. Let's hope. Skip the trial.
Yeah, Evelyn, I think that Newsweek one was the one I played that just was like.
I can't hear it, though, for some reason. Let's see.
Your sound just might, you might just click the little button, the audio button.
Look how much we want to see him suffer. That's the funny part.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
I'm definitely interested too.
It was quite okay. Share. And now
okay, finally. Thank you, Stace. This will be great.
Well, Stace is the best. I just don't know if I don't hear anything.
Senior
VP
and General Manager, Skywater,
Florida.
Yeah.
And Dale Miller, Site Director, Skywater, Florida, as well as Representative Fred Hawkins.
That's so crazy. I don't hear it. This must be an issue on Mellon.
Manufacturing is something that we need to do better job of. And we've worked really hard in Florida to have
I'm glad you guys can hear it.
more opportunities with vocational education. We have expanded our manufacturing footprint in the state of Florida, and we want to continue to be able to do that as we go forward. Semiconductors are a huge issue. If you look at how the supply chain works, we are overly dependent on foreign nations.
Can you hear me, Evelyn?
Including Taiwan, which is a good ally of ours, but which is one that
so weird. Glitch.
Excuse me, which is one that is under really serious pressure
It does sound
from the
like
Communist
tired,
Party
but
of
you
China.
really can't
And so we have an
breathe.
opportunity to do more here in the United States. And I think the more we can do manufacturing of semiconductors here, the better off we'll be. So today, I'm proud to be awarding $6 million to build infrastructure that will connect southern Osceola County to the emerging Neo City technology
Look at the
district.
woman's face behind
This
her.
district is already home to 6 companies, including Skywater Technology, a U.S.-owned and operated semiconductor foundry. While this award will support nearly 5,400 jobs, Osceola County officials estimate that this could lead to tens of thousands of jobs.
It gets worse.
Once it's fully developed as Osceola County continues to grow. I'm also awarding Valencia College with $3.7 million to create new programs that focus on workforce training for chip and semiconductor industries. Through this program, students will be able to be certified in operating, repairing, and designing the robots that are used to create semiconductors in just 14 weeks. Valencia estimates that in the first 2 years, 120 people will be able to graduate and immediately find work at the Neo City Technology District while taking on virtually no debt.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted, he sounds like Hyman Roth in Godfather 2.
Yeah,
Never asked who gave the order.
I mean, he's talking about positive things, but he sounds like he's about to cry. So it's pretty bad.
I'm surprised he didn't pass out.
Yeah, it certainly looks like he was about to. It
I
does
mean,
look like he was
I
gonna
I
cry.
could care less about him. So if he did, I would have been standing up and cheering because of how many people died because of his ignorance, his lack of intelligence, his
Wait, are you
inability.
talking about me or wait? What's happening? I wasn't paying attention.
You know what, these things do apply to you.
Yes, don't they? How interesting. I get the message. I get the message.
However, I wouldn't want you to pass out.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, no, I don't like that man on a level that I is astonishing. You know, you're right. The people behind him, they should be wearing masks. That
that's
woman
what's-
was like,
But how can you say that to the governor? The governor probably said, like, I don't want anybody wearing masks. And what are you supposed to do? It's like the Holocaust all over again. Like, listen, you're just a secretary, but we need you to be cool with this. What are you
I
gonna
love
do?
what Jill says. Jill, he's either got COVID or he's having a full throttle anxiety attack.
That's what it sounds
right.
like, Jill.
Yeah, it did sound like it's either like the only other explanation is how he's having a panic attack.
Or somebody just died and he had to go on, like his puppy died or something, and then he had to go on and
Yeah.
I mean, that is the part about all of this. There's so many conservative radio hosts that have actually died because they were standing firm on their
sick, right?
stance. We just post after
Yeah.
post after post.
Unbelievable.
It's all about a lesson. I keep saying this. COVID is about, if you don't get the lesson the first time, you will learn it the hard way. It's about, and if we don't learn it, we will repeat it. We will
Yeah.
repeat it, and we're repeating it within a year. It's like going into a grocery store and you hear a woman yelling about how she has to wear a mask in New York City because it was mandated. And the cash register, the lady behind the cash register looks at me. She goes, "How long have we been doing this though?
Yeah.
How long?"
People are still angry about it. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tennis guy, I don't even watch.
Oh,
Oh God,
I'm not a big-
Djokovic. What an asshole.
I know he's the worst person.
Isn't that awesome that they like
I
not
really
let him
hope
in?
that he gets deported. And that's the only context in which I can say that sentence.
Oh,
I was just looking at my shoulders. Sorry.
me too.
It's like I care, and then I'm like,
Wow.
oh, hot girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, the other guy, when they asked, see, I don't know names. The other guy, they asked his opinion, and he said, "I mean, how long have we been doing this?"
Yeah.
Are you doing your Sidney Poitier imitation? They call me Mr.
It's so funny. Last night I was doing an impression of Jim Gaffigan, and I didn't get a big response. I was like, was that not
so
good?
You do
And
it
this
so
one
good.
guy in the audience go, "Yeah." Just one guy, and I go, "Thank you, sir." I go, I'll go into Bill Burr too if you ask me for it. I go, Jesus, fucking Jesus Christ, this audience is not filling me. You don't want to feel what I'm saying. I'm up here giving all my all. Huh? Juskow, when did you start doing comedy? When everyone stopped and quit? Is
I
that
don't
when
know
things
Bill-
got funny?
I don't know Bill Burr.
You don't know him? How do you not know
He's a
Bill
decent
Burr?
I don't know what
Jesus
he talks
Christ. You know, well, I mean, because you know every reference from 1920. That's
know.
why.
I know. It's
So
awful.
sad.
But I like your Gaffigan imitation.
Well, we can't all do just Gaffigan all. Let's see. Does it mean if? Oh, Djokovic mom is mad at. Oh.
Yeah. She's mad at the Aussies because they're keeping him at this hotel. Meanwhile, I thought it was like, this really nice hotel where she says they're keeping her prisoner. But I looked it up, and the hotel ain't that great. It's kind of
Really?
Has Juskow lost weight?
Oh, thank you.
Hey, don't weight shame him. Don't weight shame him. Don't. What is that one actor who said, please don't talk about whether I gain or lose.
Oh, yeah, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill was like, just
Oh.
don't, please.
Why wouldn't they talk about he's up and down all the time. That's all anybody talks about.
Oh no, it's not talk about it. I think he was like, don't like, I know you mean well, but don't like talk to me about my weight. Like, which I think is a healthy boundary to set with people.
I don't know. I think he should shut up. He's fine enough. He should just talk
He's a
about
good
whatever anybody
actor.
asks him. Yeah, exactly. He's fun. He's fun, but he's funner when he's fat. Let's face it.
Honest Em, thank you.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, he's brilliant in.
Mm.
And
I
he's
haven't
great in
seen Don't Look
Moneyball.
Up, but he looks pretty good in that.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I heard that's really good. My friend was helping Leonardo DiCaprio with his acting in that.
And how?
He's like an acting teacher.
Oh.
He's the best acting teacher.
Oh, Indira, are you new to the Saturday night? We do this every Saturday. I am so glad you too have finally caught up with the live, because at some point, not now, but at some point, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do it live, and then I'm going to save it only for our Patreon listeners afterwards. So if you're not here when it's live, then you won't be able to get to see it. Not yet, but it is coming. I want to tell you guys something I did today. I don't know why I'm using this voice, but I want to tell you something I did. Sometimes I go into these characters and I can hear it. I spent an hour or two learning about real estate today. Now, I was telling you, Juskow, how I want to get a home, and we're going to go visit some friends of yours. By the way, my Irish friend, said she wants to come.
No, absolutely not. Are you crazy?
I just
complained for me for 2 hours on a road trip with her. I can't.
Don't you dare ever tell her. But I will say this. She was like, she right away. I could feel you when she was like, Marina, I'll take you up to it. I'll take you anytime. I'll tell Juskow, I'll take you both. I was like,
well, I do like when somebody else drives, but I mean, that sounds okay.
Yeah, she wants to go.
I guess it's all right. I mean, she is a little crazy, but she is a lot of fun.
She is a lot of fun. She leaned and she goes, you don't want me to take you? No, I didn't say that. I just said, she goes, no, I have nothing to do. I'll take you up there. Marina will go. I was like, well, these are his friends, so I don't know.
Oh, they wouldn't mind.
But
it's up to you. I can obviously just take you
some of these classes on real estate, by the way, it's a program that's teaching me all the tools, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I hear them talking about refinance. I don't know what the hell. I'm like learning this for the first time.
For extra money after work or whatever, maybe when I was doing comedy, I used to try and work at a real estate firm. This guy, I just met him at a bar, and then I went to where he worked, and I was going to work there after hours, and he was explaining it to me, and my head was spinning. I didn't understand.
Listen, it's all about. The most important thing I learned today is that by April, interest rates are going way up. And I'm supposed to, I could throw that into a conversation. Like I could say something in football, like this guy, it was really good. But other than that, I don't really, but it's moving fast. They're saying buy now, save later. But you always have to remember the people who are telling you to do that are lenders.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is my mother just sold her house and moved into an independent living facility. And
did she really?
Yeah. No, it's okay. She couldn't wait. She was just so excited about it, right? So she's selling the house by herself. Like we didn't even know anything was going on, but then it was all coming apart. So then my sister and I kind of took over, and then I just took over, and I don't even know what I was doing, but I was just doing the best I can to make it close. But the important thing is that I think it was the right time to sell, because COVID raised the prices of everything. So she got like $100,000 more on that house than it was worth. And unfortunately, our father really dicked us over, so she owed a lot of money. But it was COVID was helpful in this case to sell a house. So I assume like maybe that's somebody saying the prices, maybe they'll come down in a sense by April. I don't know what the story is with buying one.
Well, that's the thing. The interest rates, when the interest rates go up, the mortgage, the percentage of the, look at me. Oh, I'm so good. It's going to be up to 5%, which is right now it's at 3%. So how much you have to put down on a home, not everyone's going to be able to do that.
It also depends what state you're going to.
Yes.
Jersey is different,
I think. But it also, like, I'm looking outside of New York City. But renting is, if you own, let's see, I'm trying to act like I know, like a building, or people are going to be renting more. So if you own like a duplex or something like that and you rent out, people are going to be renting more because they can't afford to buy. So you're going to be making some good money. Anyway, that's something I learned today because I'm investing. And then they told me, and this is also like generational wealth. We're talking about Black people getting their generational wealth together. And they're like, you want 40 acres of a mule, or you want to open up some property? I was like, I want to open up some property. That sounds pretty good. And they were talking, which one would you rather do, stock options or real estate? And they were like, well, let's talk about, what does landlord mean? Do you know where the word landlord comes from? Juskow, Mr. Random Information Guy.
I don't, but I do know when John Adams was sporting barbs at John Dickinson when he didn't want to sign the Declaration of Independence, he called him a landlord as an insult.
Well, the land owners had to pay to the Lord or something like that.
It's like the feudal system, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was around that time we're using
his point was
the timeline of the 1700s.
The owning of property has been around forever. But stock options, like whether or not Apple is going to be a great stock option for you, is not going to be around forever.
Oh, is that right? Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. I want to point out that Indira has said that not new. I love to listen to the podcast at work. I love the recent one about Malcolm X, which, by the way, Indira Tamara Payne is on this chat. She's here. So thank you. That's a big compliment to her. I hope you get her book, The Dead Are Arising, The Life of Malcolm X. So interesting and enlightening. Great to know. I'm going to have to join the Patreon. Thank you.
I can't believe you didn't invite me on that show to talk about Malcolm X.
I would never, ever invite you on. No.
What are you saying? What do you mean?
Because it would be
a good fit.
It's not a. Thank you.
But I'm the only person like on this podcast who's actually been on Malcolm X Boulevard.
That doesn't count.
It does not.
Oh. No.
Well,
speaking of white people who are afraid of black neighborhoods, Al Lubell was at the Comedy Cellar last night.
He was.
And
I didn't even know he was still alive.
Of course. But he has a special out. It's called something insane. Oh, I should know this. I don't know it, but it's a great nifty title. And to see him after years of, this is a true story. He's a veteran in stand-up, Evelyn, like
Mentally
forever. Al Lubell is like amazing comedian.
I think that's the name of the special, Mentally Al.
Yes, there you go. Mentally Al. And I opened for him years ago at Mohegan Sun, and he was so scared dropping me off. I've never seen a white man drive faster out of Harlem. I swear to God. Here's the funny thing. Years later, this is the cycle of this career. Everyone goes up and down, lives in my building.
What?
Second floor.
Oh, not now.
No, he did.
Oh, he did. But
yeah, now he can't afford to live in my building. He would love to live back.
I thought he lived in L.A.
Yes, he's back in New York.
Oh.
But I told him last night, I said, do you remember that? He goes, oh, yeah, I remember like being so scared and driving. And I go, do you remember then you lived in my building? He goes, yeah, I remember that too. It's like, I mean, that is like true, like the cycle of gentrification. It's
I told you that happened to me. The first night, or maybe like the first month I did comedy, I was friendly with the MC, who was this black guy named Jesse Kitten. Remember I told you? Because he would always say, I'm just kidding. And that's how, that was the gag. He was really nice, and he hooked me up with Dangerfields and stuff, and we became friends, and I would drive him. I don't know whether he lived in Harlem or he was just, I guess he lived up there. He was buying weed, and he made me drive him to Harlem, and I was terrified. Being in the 80s and a white person who would never.
In the 80s, I could understand. It's kind of like Patrice O'Neal's joke about don't be so like politically correct that you don't cross the street. You will get mugged.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he said, the way he worded, he goes, my man, you are now in Harlem. And I'm like, what? Because I didn't know we were going to Harlem. And then he was doing all these things. And I know we were buying weed and it was the 80s, but he was like, all right, make this light. Definitely make this light. So, then he was making it worse.
Yeah, that
why did I have
scary.
to make that light? What was going to happen if we didn't make that light? And didn't he think that if that light turned red, I wasn't going to go right through that goddamn light anyway?
Well, I'll tell you, like, if I was smart, I would have bought in Harlem when I started renting in Harlem.
Oh, nobody knew to do that.
If I was smart, I would have. Yeah. I mean, I am still smart because my rent is lower than the people who live like next to, like. Truth, Al can't afford to live in my building anymore. He can't afford it. So it's like, yeah, it's prime real estate right now. So I want to say, since we're on the topic of also Indira Green's comment about how much she loved the episode with Malcolm X, why don't we go to Evelyn's reviews of the podcast, Friends Like Us, which you can see in the ticker below. You could just hit that link tree. I'll type it while she's talking, and there you go.
And I will
Yeah,
type in
so
the
we
comment
have
section.
quite a few reviews this week. The first comes from a friend of the podcast. It was on Instagram, responding to a post about the episode this week. It's from Rachel Feinstein, who said, "Friends like us forever." And then we had
She said that?
comment. Yeah, she did. I thought that was nice.
Aw.
Rachel Feinstein's an idiot.
And then we had a comment from Donnell Walton, who said the podcast is outstanding, perfect mix of insight, comedy, and personalities. And then let's see, on Twitter, we had a review from Peace, Love, and Joy, responding to one of the posts about this week's episode, saying, "Y'all beautiful and funny." And then finally, we had another comment from actually one of the guests this week, Leanne Lord, who said, "This is one of my favorite podcasts to do and should be one of yours to listen to. Enjoy." So we had
It was
nice
a great
mix there.
episode with them. I mean, it was funny and was serious because we talked about Leanne Lord doing women are funny of a certain age, more women of a certain age that are funny. Or I'm getting the title.
No, it's even more, I think.
Even more
The one that came
women,
out of Thanksgiving, right?
even more funny women of a certain age.
Yeah, with the great Wendy Liebman, right? Yes.
Yes. And it's so great because it's true. Women don't get less funny the older they get. I don't know where that, but people were trying to make money. So certain streaming platforms like Netflix, only appeals to a certain age demographic. And so
Yeah.
they don't want women of a certain age unless, of course, they have the numbers. So you have someone like Wendy Lieberman, you have someone like Leanne Lord. These are brilliant comedians, brilliant stand-ups, and Showtime, credit to them, gave them some light. So we talked about that on the episode. And we also had Joyelle Johnson, who got a Critics' Choice Award for her hour special on Peacock, which is actually free.
Yeah.
So if you don't have Peacock, but you didn't subscribe, you can still see her special, Joyelle Johnson, on Peacock. So check that out. Yeah, Joan Rivers was funny to the end.
That's for sure. I remember seeing her when she was 76 at this place I'm trying to do shows at the West Bank Cafe. A really great off-Broadway theater downstairs, at 42nd Street. The place, it's called something, the theater. And I saw her there, and she was there monthly. And she was so funny. Again, 76. Her opening joke was, "Oh my God, I just got horrible news. Chaz Bono has prostate cancer." And it was so right from there. It was just awesome. And I went home and I told my mother, I'm like, "You're the same age as Joan Rivers. How come you're not that funny?" I was angry at my mother for not being as hilarious at 76.
Ted Chambers, I just love this only because it covers up Juskow completely. But I started to read it, and it says that, the scientists have found 25 cases of the strain of coronavirus plus Delta. So it's Omicron plus Delta. Oh, God.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know it is tough to circle back on that, but it's good to remind people as we go into more of this that get vaccinated. I mean, the one thing is we're reaching herd immunity most likely.
Yeah.
And Juskow, why are you saying "what's up"? Are
I'm
you
not just saying
using
what's up. You should see what I'm putting.
Are you using black vernacular again?
Uh-oh.
No, you don't even know anymore.
What's up? I guess.
I love making white people uncomfortable sometimes.
Isn't that funny? Joan Rivers, you could not make that joke today. And doesn't that suck?
What joke?
The prostate joke about Chaz Bono.
Oh, yeah. No, you couldn't. Well, she would, though.
Yeah, of course she would. That's what made her great. That's why her and Don Rickles got a pass.
May need to cancel Joan in the afterlife.
You ever see when Sarah Silverman hosted Saturday Night Live and she played Joan Rivers in the afterlife?
No.
No.
It was really good. Really fun.
Oh, my God. No, I never did see that.
It was so cool. I guess I remember all of it because I was, there. And it was exciting watching her do Joan. She doesn't do a really good Joan Rivers imitation, but it was fun watching her do it. And they had all
like my Bill Burr impression, the one you gave nothing to? The
She
one
talking
you
to me,
just sat.
Evelyn?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
The one you just sat there.
I don't know who Bill Burr is.
How do you not
How
know
do you
who
not
Bill
know?
Burr is? I mean, he's just like the funniest guy on the freaking
I've
planet.
never heard any of his comedy, and I don't like him. I have my reasons, but I can't tell you what they are.
I do. I'm gonna clip this and no. Okay, I'll do Jim Gaffigan. You're fired.
Oh, see, Jill says I think she performed at West Bank the night before she died. That's probably true.
Oh,
Great
okay.
theater space.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm going there for dinner on Wednesday if anybody wants to beat me up
You're
Where?
eating out?
or say
Yeah.
hello. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind eating out. That doesn't bother me. I
That's
went
the
out for
same thing. as
wings on
being
Monday, and they got rid of the bartender I like there, so I'm not going back there. And then I talked to the owner, and he was like, "How dare you ask me why she was fired?" I'm like, "Screw you." That's the only reason.
Oh,
I was
because
going.
that's so. Oh, you did tell me that we
Yeah.
can't go anymore. Why did they get rid of? You can't say or.
No, I heard, and I talked to her too, that they're not getting business, and because of COVID, they had to let people go. And when I went in there, I was the only one in there, and it was 7:00, and it's a sports bar during a Monday night football game.
Ew.
Not good. And the West Bank, unfortunately, my friend also owns that place, and that's why we're going on Wednesday to check on him because he is struggling big time, mostly because this is a Broadway show place, an after theater place, or a before
Yeah.
theater place, and all the Broadway shows are closing. And he's been having, not only is he understaffed, they're only opening on like Wednesdays from like 4 to 10 now. It's that bad. He can't get people to work. Nobody's coming in. It's really, really upsetting. It's a wonderful place with good food and good people. And like I said, a late night menu because of people coming back after theater. That's a New York City thing. And there's only a few places. That and Joe Allen's like the only places in town. It's New York City, but you'd be surprised if you don't live how things close down much earlier than you would think. Right, Marina?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still doing shows, Evelyn.
Yeah.
I did 2 shows last night and I do 2 tonight, and I'm very nervous. I mean, I tell the audience, please don't laugh hard. Please. There was one guy laughing way too hard. I said, dude, I hope you are well.
Oh, well, that's no way to be. That's the
I know.
problem. That's why they should either shut it down or we just don't worry. We can't worry about it.
It's a good joke.
I mean, I am worried about Marina because I know Marina really worries about this. For me, I don't
No,
care.
I've given up. If I get
Yeah, you have to give up.
Here's the most important thing, and I think this is also because it covers your face, but don't forget to get the flu vaccine and the shingles vaccine. The shingles vaccine is really important. I hear everyone talking about how they wish they had gotten the shingles vaccine because when they get shingles, because I had chicken pox and I'm planning to get my shingles vaccine, and I'm just counting the days of like, oh my God, I need to get that shingles vaccine.
Wait, when did you have chicken pox? When you were young, you mean?
Yeah. So it comes back. That's what shingles is. It
Yeah.
stays in your body, doesn't go away, and it comes back when you're a certain age, which I am.
Oh,
And
so you think I should get that too?
Yes, because it comes back. It can make you blind. Shingles is
Oh my God.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, my dad had shingles like last year, I think, and thankfully it was super mild case.
Hey, check it
but
out.
It seemed really uncomfortable.
Yeah, what if the COVID turns out to be like that it just, stays in your body and nobody knows. In 20 years from now, people get this other thing. Wow, that's so creepy about chickenpox because that's the way I was looking at COVID in a way. It's like chickenpox where you kind of want everybody to get it and then it'll go away, but maybe it never goes away.
Right. So to get that shingles, you can go into CVS. I'm actually set up. You can get the vax. That's the thing. That's why parents were really concerned with their kids getting all the vaccines at one time because they were like, this is a lot.
Well, that's what you do when you're a baby.
But there was a lot of vaccines,
Yeah, that is too much, it seems. It does seem to mess with
I don't know Doug Stanhope to do him, but I would love to. I love Doug Stanhope. I really do. Even though he had a moment with some comedian that was kind of like racially insensitive, but I still love Doug Stanhope. I saw him in Ireland when I went to do the Cats Laugh Kilkenny Cats Laugh Festival. He was excellent. It's like when you meet someone, you realize this is the original comedian that I've seen so many people rip off of.
Oh yeah.
Doug Stanhope was doing material that was making Irish people so angry at the time. He's talking about pedophilia, all the things the Catholic Church doesn't want to talk about. And in Ireland especially, you don't want to talk about. and they were so pissed at him, but they were climbing the walls to see his show.
Wow.
Doug Stanhope.
Huh.
Yeah,
You know who's a great comic, Marina? Is Doug Stanhope. This guy's the funniest guy I've ever seen. I'm going to serves you right, jerk off. You got rid of
She got
Evelyn
kicked
instead of
out.
me. Yeah.
No, I did not.
I
She got
rule.
kicked out.
Woo!
She got kicked out. We had bad weather, so I'm sure.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi's not been great recently
He was
because of the
trying to
snow.
get rid of me.
All right, we do have to go soon because I have early shows that I'm going to risk my life
Yeah, and the
for.
football game starts at 4:30, so I have a lot going on.
Who'd you bet
Yeah.
on?
I bet on
Yeah.
Kansas City, although it's a tough bet because they really don't have that much to play for, and it's 10.5 points, but I'm doing it anyway.
Get vaxxed, people. That's right.
And then
All
the
right.
Cowboys are playing today, too. What's Schaden? What is that?
It's like when it's a German word. It means like when
can't be
you're
good.
happy that something bad happens to someone.
Oh, that's me. Oh, my God. I should change my name to that. That is completely me. I am one of those people for sure that laughs when somebody trips.
Well,
Or falls
Juskow,
off
do
a
you want to
chair.
tell our viewers where they can see your Jerry Springer moment?
I don't know. We heard maybe it's going to YouTube at some point. It's Judge Jerry. I don't know
Oh.
how you find it now at this point.
Judge Jerry.
We're hoping that it'll be on so other people can see it. I don't even know whether it aired in LA. I don't know how Sarah Silverman saw it. Otherwise, my new podcast, Juskow in the City, is the only thing I really have going on in the Billy Joel podcast. And that's about it.
Now, here's something we
Stop
could
doing
do, Juskow, because I'm not doing shows all week. Because this is what I do on the weekends. I'll do shows, and then during the week where I normally do shows, I wait to see if I'm sick. So we could do a YouTube on possibly Wednesday night if you would like.
Wednesday night is when I'm going to the West Bank Cafe. But we're old
Yeah,
men.
you know what? I hate your enthusiasm.
We're old men, so
you
we're
see
going at like 6 o'clock. I'll probably be back by 8:30.
Yeah, like late.
It's the only night I have plans.
We could do it late. We could do it like after 8:30. That would be
Yeah.
something for you to look forward to.
I know.
Or we could do it Thursday.
You're making a joke, but it's not a joke. I do look forward to.
I know. We could also do it on Tuesday night, maybe.
Well, I do have my. Well, actually, I'm finished by 7 o'clock. It's an
You
hour
have
free.
nothing.
No, just the Zoom stuff. I have the Comedy Cellar football show. I'm continuing going until the Super Bowl, but it's only an hour now, and it finishes at 7.
That's too much YouTubing.
It is a lot.
That's all I do now. I don't go out.
What about Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday I usually go to. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you have on Thursday?
Well, that's when I usually go visit my mom.
We could do it during the day like this too. We could do it because I'm gonna be home.
Yeah.
Should I put my home address in here like I did my phone
Please.
number?
Definitely.
You guys,
Who
please.
shows up?
I had to take that video off because
I mean, I've told her 3 times, folks. You could hear me and play it back. I said, stop showing your number.
You guys follow DJ Eric Prince. He's going live on Twitch at 6 p.m. What is your name on Twitch, DJ Eric Prince? Is it DJ Eric Prince?
Yep,
I love you. So I'm gonna play it. Well, actually, no, I'll be at the cellar, but
I won't be. I'll watch.
it's on Twitch. Do you have Twitch?
No, but it's also on YouTube, he said.
Okay. All right, cool. So follow my friend DJ Eric Prince. Thanks for encouraging him. And yeah, so we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do a bonus episode. We'll see what's up. Evelyn, would you be up for that? Or
Yeah,
are you busy?
it depends like what time.
Okay, we'll figure it
But
out.
yeah, let me know.
So Evelyn, where else can they find you? Like, what's going on?
So definitely follow me on Twitter at Evelyn G Frick. Right now I'm not doing shows. I might do like a few Zoom shows, but very TBD. So you can any like satire writing I post, you can find on Twitter. So definitely good to follow me there.
Yes. All right. And I'm going to leave you with this from Jill. This is very important. You must get the shingles vax. It's 2-part vax. Shingles, even if it goes away, you can be left with severe pain. I think that's a great
Another
way
2-part
of
vax.
going out on great pain. You know, the reason I do this, follow me, marinayfranklin.com. You have the Linktree. It's right there. It's in the description. There's no reason why you shouldn't listen to the podcast. Friends like us.
Yeah.
Amazing,
If you're
amazing
doing a Sidney Poitier
episodes.
tribute, make sure I'm on it. Obviously.
No, we will definitely leave you out of that. And so I want to thank you all. I hope you're still enjoying a very good new year. Be safe. Wash your hands. Please wear not just masks, but K95 masks, the good ones, because they're not talking about that in the news. It's also the type of mask you're wearing. You got to wear a good one that's protecting you and protecting others. And don't forget, Black lives, they matter. And Juskow's does not whatsoever.
I was hoping.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye. Well, that ought to hold the little bastards for a while.